Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today we are going to be building a squad for you guys that have 1 million MT. So if you have 1 million MT today, what is the best squad in the game that I could build that you guys can go out there and have success with? Now, kind of a disclaimer before we start things in this video today, guys, is the fact that content is coming tomorrow. We're probably going to see leaks here, and so the market might go down by quite a bit here. So a lot of these players, if this squad is 1.1 million MT, just know by the time the video is released into tomorrow, this will be below 1 million squad, or 1 million MT. I almost guarantee that within the next 12 hours, I would be willing to bet a lot of money on that. But that's besides the point. If you are new to my channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we are on the road to 70,000 subscribers. So the point guard position, in my opinion, is the most important position on the court. I can't go ahead and type in Ben Simmons. As much as I want Ben Simmons on my squad, I just can't do it. And the reason is, current gen wise, Grant Hill is a small step below Ben Simmons. Next gen, I get it, it's a little bit bigger, but it's not enough, in my opinion, to put Ben Simmons into my lineup. That's why I'm going with Grant Hill. Grant Hill, honestly, guys, is right around the 150,000 MT mark, which isn't too bad. That's not too bad for Grant Hill. You might be able to get him cheaper. It depends on how many Hall of Fame badges they have. But for 150,000 MT, what you're going to get is a 6'8" point guard that is great defensively, offensively, attacking the rim is incredible. And once you get his release down, he is solid all the way around. Grant Hill, in my opinion, is going to be on my squad for at least a decent future that I can see, unless we get, LeBron or Giannis at the point guard position tomorrow. But Grant Hill, for now, you could see his price go down even below possibly 100K tomorrow. But for now, he does indeed make my squad. At the shooting guard position, we're going to plug in here who I still believe is a top 2 shooting guard in the game in Galaxy Opal, Kevin Durant. Now, I've been looking up Kevin Durant prices, and his are just over 100K right now. Again, by the time you guys are watching this video, he might be a buyout. And that's how up and down prices are in the auction house, especially for guys like this. Now, what I like about Kevin Durant, on next gen, obviously, he has a Curry escape. Current gen, the biggest thing is even without the Curry escape, the way he moves is unlike any other shooting guard in the game. The dude is absolutely elite. At small forward, we are going to be balling on a little bit of a budget here with the Galaxy Opal Jonathan Isaac. Now, when I say balling on a budget, that's not to sit here and say Jonathan Isaac isn't good. It's just to say he's decently cheap compared to some of the other guys in this specific lineup. And when I say cheap, that doesn't, like I said, mean he's bad. This dude can compete in any setting. If you want to run him on current gen in a competitive setting, he can play. If you want to run him in unlimited, triple threat, he can play. Next gen obviously can do all of it as well. I'm honestly a little bit higher on Jonathan Isaac on next gen compared to current gen, but either gen, Jonathan Isaac is very, very solid and can hold it down at the small forward position. You're going to see both my small forwards aren't necessarily the best in the game, but they are good enough to at least hold it down, and there's not that big of a drop off between Jonathan Isaac and a guy like Thon Maker or Danny Ferry. Power forward position, no surprises here, guys. We're going with arguably my favorite power forward in the game still to this day, in Pink Diamond Bull. Now, I get it, guys. You guys can say, well, his price is up there. I get it. You can say whatever you want about the card. What you can't say is his release is bad, because his release is literally very easy to green. And something else you can't sit here and say about Bull to me is that he's not worth the MT. Because the thing about Bull is, with his height, with his versatility, and with the way he moves for as fast as his speed and lateral quickness say, it's tough to find a better guy on next gen in general. And on current gen, you can, yes, he's worse on current gen, but he still plays for my squad, still has a very, I'm very successful still with the Pink Diamond Bull. No matter what, Bull is absolutely incredible. And if you try to debate that, I just don't know what to tell you. And at the center position, I wish I could plug in Dikembe Mutombo, but he's just a little bit too expensive. So, in my opinion, off-brand Dikembe Mutombo is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, a lot of people are going to sit here and say Kareem is outdated. Kareem doesn't have hot spots from above the break. And quite honestly, guys, we could be due to see another Kareem Abdul-Jabbar very, very, very soon. Trust me, very soon. And when we do see that card, he is going to be incredible. There's no doubt about it. The new Kareem that we see is going to be a top center in NBA 2K21 in general. But this Kareem defensively is still arguably a top 3 center. Offensively, once you get that release down, you won't notice the hot spots as much. Remember, try to find a Kareem that's badged out, which you should be able to with range extender, maybe some extra Hall of Famers. I'm a big fan of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar compared to how most people feel about him, but maybe it's just because I've used him a lot, and maybe it's just because I love defense. So this is my starting lineup. If you look at Grant Hill right around 150, let's say, say KD barely over 100, Jonathan Isaac right around 50,000 MT. So just through there, you're looking at basically 300,000. Bobo under 100, Kareem basically 100. So you're basically looking at my starting lineup for about 500,000 MT. Maybe a little bit over. Maybe I'm gassed their price a little bit, but maybe a little bit over 500K. But like I said, I fully expect their prices to go down by tomorrow. At the backup point guard position, we're going to get a guy who I think is overpriced a little bit, but not enough that I can't not get him in the Dark Matter Magic Johnson card, especially if you're on next gen. He's absolutely incredible. Current gen, he's still fine because he can run pretty well. I mean, I like Grant Hill a little bit more than Magic, but that's totally a preference-based decision between the two. Grant Hill is a little bit cheaper. Magic Johnson is a little bit up there in price, but it all depends on when you can find them for their specific prices. These guys' price goes up, they go down, so you got to try to find them for the right price. But Magic Johnson, to lead the bench unit, it all depends on whether you can green with the card or not. If you can green with Magic Johnson, the way he moves is just absolutely ridiculous. I'm a big fan of Magic, and honestly, when we get our GOAT Magic, which obviously we will eventually get, he'll probably be a top point guard in the game, one step below like the Ben Simmons card that we're still going to see another Ben Simmons. Trust me on that. We will see another Ben Simmons that is just going to be by far and away the best point guard in the game. At the 2, it really depends if you're next gen or current gen. That's the one thing I will say about this. Now, if you're on current gen, I don't know if there's a better guy that you can specifically add at the shooting guard position than DeMar DeRozan. If you're next gen, try to get like the T-Mac type of player just because he has the Hall of Fame blinders. But if you're current gen, this card gets overshadowed a lot. And right now, DeRozan's barely going for over 100K. And for me, if you're looking for a guy that's just so easy to green with, it's DeMar DeRozan. I know a lot of people that are watching this video just strictly play MyTEAM Unlimited, and trust me, you're going to have a lot of success with DeMar DeRozan. You got Magic at the point guard. You don't necessarily need a ton of height at the shooting guard position. DeRozan's 6'7", going to be able to hold it down. Obviously, defensively, attacking the rim, I think he's got Hall of Fame showtime. I'm pretty confident. Now, his release is only on quick, where Bailey Howes is on very quick, but still, nonetheless, DeMar DeRozan is a guy that I am massively high on. He was one of my top 2 shooting guards until I started running Kawhi again. It was Durant and DeMar DeRozan. If I could plug in Kawhi right there, trust me, I definitely would. At the 3, maybe you can say this is biased, but you guys know. If you know, you know. Robert Covington on my no money spend account. He doesn't play for me anymore. But when he did, the guy was absolutely lights out. Like, there's nothing I can say wrong about Covington. Yes, he's 6'7". The dude plays like he's 6'9", has an incredible wingspan, has an easy release to time, easy release to green. The only downside to him, he doesn't have a Hall of Fame showtime. That's really the only downside I see with him and Jonathan Isaac. Neither of them have Hall of Fame showtime. They're going to do a similar kind of thing for you. Jonathan Isaac's just a little bit longer. That's why I'm higher on Isaac, but both of them are going to do the same thing. Play great defense, knock down open shots. And I mean, honestly, at the small forward position, that's all I personally need. I don't need my small forward to go out there necessarily making plays for other people, although both these guys can. As long as they can knock down open shots and play good defense, that opens it up for the rest of my squad. So at the power forward position, here's where we could go a multitude of ways. And honestly, if you're on next gen, you got to get Pokuševski in here instead of Covington. I do want to kind of make that side note as well. If you are on current gen, the guy I would go with is Galaxy Opal Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, here's the thing with Giannis. We could see a new Giannis tomorrow. And if that happens, or by the time you watch this video, if there's a new Giannis out, then that's just something you're going to have to take into consideration. This Giannis's price will probably go down if that happens. But this Giannis has the gold range, has the hot spot from that left hash, and he has a lot going for him. Now, on the flip side of things, on next gen, I'm not as high on Giannis as I am on James Wiseman. Now, on current gen, I am not a big James Wiseman fan. A lot of you guys might fry me in the comments, whatever. I don't love James Wiseman on current gen. I don't. Next gen, James Wiseman is incredible, but on current gen specifically, I'm not a big fan of Wiseman. Current gen, I actually prefer Giannis, and Giannis is cheaper. You can find one with some extra Hall of Famers for a cheaper price. If you're on next gen, go Wiseman. Current gen, go Giannis. Maybe it's because I'm biased because I've used Giannis for all this time, but in my opinion, Giannis gives you a ton more on defense. He feels a lot better defensively than a James Wiseman card. I get it, Wiseman's player build is incredible, especially on next gen. Next gen, there's no doubt about it. Use James Wiseman and Pokuševski at the 3. But on current gen, this is the lineup I'm running with. At the center position, we're going to plug in my opinion, the best center in the game. Now, you can make a debate between him and Mutombo right now at the time I'm recording. But I think KP has a slight edge. He's a little bit cheaper right now than Mutombo as well. And we're going to spend up quite a bit on Kristaps Porzingis. So Covington is obviously very cheap. Giannis is a buyout. DeRozan's basically 100K. Magic's a little up there, and Porzingis a little up there. Again, if you are on next gen, replace Covington and Giannis for Pokuševski and James Wiseman. Obviously, the shooting guard in DeRozan, you might want to replace as well. But my starting lineup works for current generation. That's the starting lineup I'd go with. Even the bench, Magic and Porzingis are solidified. You can just mix some things up there if you do indeed want to. But honestly, guys, if I missed anybody, let me know down below in the comments, because I'm surely I missed out on some people. But as you guys can see, I love height. There's no smaller player here than 6'7". In this starting lineup, it's 6'8". Absolutely incredible versatility across the board. It gets down to preference for some things, and I mean, if you want to put AK-47 in there instead of Covington, you can definitely do that as well. But this is the squad I would go with if I had 1 million MT today. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.